Welcome back to Seasons, a YouTube devotional series that's based on my book by the same name. And in case you've missed out on some of the previous discussions we've had, just go to my home page for my YouTube channel and look for the playlist called Seasons, and you can watch them in chronological order. However, you don't need to watch them in chronological order because they really don't feed off one another. They stand on their own. Today, we're going to be talking about the ways that we can either expedite or hinder the progress of God's promises coming to fruition in our lives in the right season. The title is, There is Always the Promise of Daylight. And this particular teaching really goes well with the teaching I've already done that's called And on Them the Light Has Shone, and you can find that in the playlist. Let's start by reading one of my favorite Bible passages, Hosea 6 verse 3. Let us know, let us press on to know the Lord. His going out is sure as the dawn. He will come to us as the showers, as the spring rains that water the earth. Living in north central Alberta has both its challenges and its blessings. And one of the challenges is getting through January to mid-March. The holiday season is over. Winter doesn't seem like it's ever going to end, and it can get a little bit taxing. Many people are blessed with the finances to be able to go away on a vacation every year. And I go along with them vicariously by looking at their Facebook pictures, going out for coffee with them, and grabbing their cell phone so I can flip through to see all the places that they saw. And I really rejoice for them. A little part of me would love a winter vacation someday, but I don't allow envy or jealousy to take root in my heart, because they can spring up like weeds and they can harden the soil of my heart, making it difficult for God to till that soil and plant His seeds that will come to fruition at the right time. As I say in the introduction to my book, seasons, we all go through them. No matter where we live on this planet, there will be winter, spring, summer, and autumn. There will be rainy season and dry seasons. Times of loss and times of gain. Times of joy and times of pain. Times of plenty and times of lack. And times of growth and times of rest. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, there is a right time for everything, and everything on earth will happen at the right time. We need to stand with faith on that promise that in the right season, things will come to pass. The really wonderful thing about being on the internet and being on Facebook and social media with people from all around the world is that I can take their spring when I'm entering autumn and know that even though I have to go through a couple of difficult seasons, late autumn and winter, I have the promise that spring is going to come. And although my friends who live in Australia and New Zealand don't realize it, they're building up my faith and my hope every time they talk about spring arriving in their country. I know that if I just hold on and I make it through that very end of autumn and the hard, long, cold winter of Canada, my spring's going to come as well. However, if I allow my heart to become bitter that they're in spring and I am not, my heart will become hard. Jesus talks about hardened hearts and how seeds are difficult to be planted in soil that is hard. In the parable, the sower and the seed, if we allow Him to till our garden and to bring us the rains at the right time, and if we refrain from practices that would harden our heart and close our ears to His voice, then we're going to see spring come in our lives at the right season. When friends experience a great harvest in their lives, I have learned to make it a practice to genuinely rejoice in their blessings, because I know that the spring rain that falls on them will eventually fall on me as well. It'll wash off all the soot and the grime and the heaviness that I might feel in the winter season. If I remain faithful and pure in heart and motivation, I will see the promise of new life and the new growth in the small seeds that had laid dormant during my personal winter seasons. I have also learned that bitterness, resentment, and self-pity do nothing to speed up the end of a gloomy or dark season in my life. If anything, those sinful actions only harden my heart, making it difficult for the potential of the new life in those seeds God has planted in my heart to spring up at the right season. If you're in a difficult season right now in your life and you're thinking it's going to go on forever, look for the testimony of other people around you who you have walked through their long and difficult winters and you have seen them come out the other side. And remember, a season is only a season. You will not be in the particular season you are experiencing right now for the rest of your life. I promise you that.